All right, tonight we have a guest player to show us how to do Ubers. And yeah, he's going to try to do Ubers with our 10 man without wiping. That is the goal I've given him with the tools I've given him. And we're going to see if we can make it work. All right, take it away.
Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to back these bad boys up. All these summon guys from definitely not a previous wipe.
Yeah, well, I was setting up this whole video and I'm making 15-year-old lamb chops, 12-year-old lamb chops in the kitchen. Meanwhile, I look down and he's taking my raid and running it into Ubers and immediately proceeding to get his silly booty knocked into the room and pull every room up there. The real key here at the entrance to Ubers is pulling people down the stairs. You want to do the fight on the stairs, not up in that room, until you get control of that initial room. Of course, when you get control of the initial room, you can actually come up and start entering those rooms. But these first 3 rooms or 4 rooms must be very carefully handled, and you must always kill the summoner first. Looks like we just pulled a solo. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's interesting. Sometimes that happens on VG. We could pull that dragon, I suppose. Yeah, we are pulling that dragon. Bam. I think we've got enough room now to go up, and he says no. It's like, I've given him a very careful constraint. No more wipes. No wipes to this whole Ubers, because I want to show people how it's done. No, we are not doing toilet humor. That is not happening. So he's hitting the 2 button mostly right now. The 2 button is target single. This is really very tank and spank. You're going to hit most of the 2 button. When you jump into these rooms, you'll hit the 3 button so that people will swipe. Do we have any druids here? No, we've got 2 warriors. Probably should have brought a druid tank just to show you guys it can be done, but it's going to be very much easier with the 2 warrior tanks. And we got another solo. I think it's time to go up into the room already.
Still scared.
He's still scared to go up in the room. When in doubt, by the way, when in doubt in Ubers, go slower, pull less. You won't regret it. The run back punishment on Ubers is unacceptable. It's so bad. And let me talk a little bit about the comp we're bringing in Ubers. In Ubers, Ubers is basically one fight. It's Rend. Everything else is just noise. The Rend fight is extremely hard for multi-boxers. And so one thing that makes it easier is, number one, to have long-range attrition, like hunters, attritive damage, and warlocks who never run out of mana. So today we have 2 hunters. Can you move this to the side so we can see some stuff? We have 2 hunters, a warlock, a mage. The mage is here mainly for water. And we even have, because he has the key and he gets to go, we even have an elemental shaman. Now we have very little healing. We have 2 raid healers and 1 dedicated healer who heals only cupcakes. Now Eli likes to use our AoE. We've got a warlock, 2 priests, and a mage, and they can lay down some serious AoE and take these rooms out completely. What do I mean AoE? Well, the mage does Arcane Explosion. The warlock does Hellfire, which a lot of people don't use. And the priests are dropping Holy Nova. So those 2 priests dropping Holy Nova are not only hurting all those mobs, but also healing everybody at no threat. And that is the 5 key in 5-minute multi-boxing. the funnest key there is in 5-minute multiboxing. Although the crowd control keys are pretty damn fun. I do not have crowd control set up for druids yet. Very sorry. We are going to have to do it for the general fight. Maybe we won't. But probably we should do it for the general fight. And just if we did crowd control for the general fight, it would make the general fight fairly trivial, because then we just kill the general at the end and leave the dragonkin mobs up until after the general died. Just slept until after the general died. And here we have some AoE. It looks like everybody was at full mana, so always safe to jump in and AoE when everybody's at full mana. And honestly, the only 2 keys Eli has hit so far are the number 2 key and the number 5 key. Am I right about that, Eli?
Don't forget the release spirit key.
The release spirit key. Are you? Is that your joke? He's joking. He's a joker. Something's going on wrong here. Those guys ran outside the room for some reason. Is anybody outside the room? No. No one's outside the room. Why were they running outside? Maybe they were scared. Maybe they saw Eversmile coming in with his buddy Cupcake and decided, oh man, we're scared. We're getting out of here. All right, I want to take a moment to people who are watching me to apologize for the auto delete function. Anytime you hit the 1 key in 5-minute multiboxing, it's going to delete a whole bunch of crap from your bags that I consider crap, trash, whatever. One of those things is runecloth bolts and runecloth. All that stuff will be vaporized in an instant anytime you hit the 1 key. So please, the first time you download 5-minute multiboxing, go through the list. It's called the list, THELIST, and decide what should be deleted and what should not be deleted.
There's a bunch of useless grays on there. It helps.
You definitely want the list, and you definitely want to auto delete when you're multiboxing, because one of the problems of multiboxing is your bags fill up fast. You've got your main guy who's driving your raid, and here he is, and he's looting everything. It's not all these guys looting everything, it's your main guy. And your bags fill up, and you definitely don't want all these grays and other trash that, just drops. In fact, I don't even know why he's looting. We should be just going through here at a full run. There's absolutely nothing here that drops off mobs that we want. And he's left a room up. So he's got to go find which room he left up. Not that one. There's one. Notice the glyphs on the ground are a lot like the glyphs in Molten Core. A little bit of lore. Those glyphs are vents for the entire planet, and you open up Major Domo by venting the Earth, and you get to General Drackisath by opening up Earth vents. And there's a big dragon under there, the Cataclysm Dragon, and he's Deathwing, yeah, Deathwing. I'm a lore expert, and yeah, Deathwing has some metal band-aids on him that get hurt by you opening up these vents to the world. But here's the problem: if you open up the vents too many times, the Earth shatters. The Earth, Azeroth shatters. And that's what happened in the Cataclysm, because people ran these dungeons too many times, opened up the vents over and over again, and
Had too much earth shattering here.
it's time for the world to shatter. Actually, I think you will find... I don't know. Not a big WoW lore guy. I was never a big WoW lore guy, even while it was happening. I laughed at the funny jokes for pop culture in many of the quests, but whatever. I was never really... Then I got the deluxe Wrath of the Lich King package. All right, the deluxe package, and I'm not kidding. The deluxe package came with a DVD, and the DVD had a bunch of the crazies who write the content, and these people are, you know, sold out wacko writer jobs who really believe in the fantasy world they created, and they speak about the characters in WoW as if they are real leaders of the world. I mean, with respect and reverence, and yeah, that really opened my eyes, and I had respect for Blizzard for hiring complete whack jobs like that to do the lore, because maybe the lore is there's a little bit more heart in it, you know. Okay, I should tell you that this is a tank and spank boss with your 10 guys. Notice he hit the T button to back up the hunters, and yeah, you can see Pyromaster, Emberguard. There's nothing to it. Ooh, actually, that is a really nice ring. But actually,
you can repair your own clock.
actually, and I also did not get the quest you need on Kashmir, and
And we're going back out.
we don't have to go back out now. We can just keep clearing. But let's send Shaman Quadro back, because he's one of our only raid healers. So it would behoove us. We are behooved. Cut the timer off now. We're going to send somebody back to repair. Check his gold, because he might not have enough. This wine is really good. We were dipping our mammoth meat in this wine. What do I mean by mammoth meat? I mean, here, let me go get the mammoth meat label. Alright, I'm going to show you this. That says 2005. Sell by 2005. We ate every piece of lamb, and it was from New Zealand, and it was amazing. Delicious. Incredible. We dipped it in a wine balsamic sauce.
That we made with wine. Oh my gosh.
There really is nothing like lamb. Lamb is one of the most amazing meats on the planet. What are you doing? That is not what you do. You just Hearthstone home, Eli. It's right outside Lights Hope Chapel.
Versus getting freezer burn for 12 years.
Yeah, 2005. Actually, interesting subnote. We just ate a rack of lamb that was made, slaughtered, butchered, whatever, the poor calf, in the year this game we are playing right now came out.
Actually, came out in November of 2004.
Yes, but this is patch 1.12 in 2005. 1.12 2005, bro. That's when our lamb was supposed to be sold. Nah, are you throwing an actually on me? He's throwing an actually. 2006 when I was 12. I don't know what age you were. You were younger than 12. 17 years ago, you were... You're 22 now. So 17 minus 20...
17 years ago.
It was 17 years ago that... Oh, 12 years ago. So he was 10 years old. He's 10 years old learning all this crap, and he actually remembered more of it when I came back to Vanilla WoW than I did. Actually. So, yeah. Good job. Is the boss...
We're skipping the whelp event.
Can't we get a boss over there?
Yeah.
But we're not going to do it. You should do it. If we can do it, you should do it. We're trying to show people how to do Ubers. So show us how to do that boss. I don't even know how to do this. So do you know how to do it? You do know how to do it. You sure? Oh, what's going on? Do you not have the quest? Do you need a quest? Then why did Mob Info say this is something? That's the message Mob Info throws up when you're not allowed to get a quest item. Never mind. We'll do this later. Do this in another video. We'll make a separate video for that. I mean, we got to get pumped up for Rend because Rend is so freaking hard. And I don't even know if Eli knows how to assign off tanks. You should practice assigning off tanks. It's F4, Eli. Nope. He's not going to do it. Man, that lamb was good. I just actually had another big hunk of it. Eli didn't clean his bones off very well. Yeah, actually, and our dogs are going to get lots of good lamb tomorrow. Tomorrow my wife comes back from Florida too. Man. I'm looking forward to that. Miss that girl. Ooh. Lady May's Pendant. What's that? What's that?
Rare.
Stamina 19 intellect. That's kind of like Amulet of Cainwyn. Didn't that guy want Amulet of Cainwyn? His name was Wag. W-Y. Yeah, tell him we got that, and he can have that. He'll probably want that.
It's a better medallion than
Cainwyn?
Yeah.
Really? It's very rare. I've never seen it.
I've never even heard of it.
He's looking it up, man. We're doing some research while we do this. Uh-oh, we got a fight going on. There's a fight brewing. There's a fight brewing. Oh, he likes it. Tell him that he can have it. Tell him to send you a mail. And nah, forget it. You know, the mail is not working very well because somebody keeps sending spam messages for gold. Lady Malefigus. Who's that? Who's been looking up Lady Malefigus? It's a world drop. It's a world drop.
A very rare one.
Very rare world drop. And comments? What do the WoW comments say about it? Actually, this is very rare. There's one on my server in AH right now. In the year 2009, back when my lamb chops were young. They were young, but they had expired. I could blow you. Buy? No, I told him I was going to give it to him. You can have it, bro. Dude can't type. Dude can't type. Let's watch his typing. It's super rare. Oh, you're pumping up the price? He's pumping up the price. Throwing some bras around. No, we're gonna give it to him, man. He's not watching. Well, we're not streaming this video. We're just recording it, so he doesn't know that we're gonna give it to him. He's like, lol, okay, probably out of my price range. Gonna I'm gonna need about 350. 350. Oh, get those guys on the bottom. Don't try to. Here's a pro tip. When you're multi-boxing, kill these 3 guys. Tree silver. 50 copper. Tough bargain, but sold. That's awesome. So he's not actually taunting anybody. Eli's relying on the auto taunt to taunt people, and it's fine. You don't actually ever have to taunt anybody. Cupcakes will auto-taunt whenever somebody's attacking somebody in the back, if he hits the 3 key. Right? Cupcake is not, if you're hitting the 2 key, Cupcake is not going to check for taunting. You're going to have to do that yourself. But if you hit the 3 key, which means multi-target.
Let me go check. I'm going to check for that rare spawn.
There's a rare spawn? Oh, you're about to. Why don't you just type his name? Is he in here?
Yeah.
He comes in here.
Yeah.
Ubers.
Yeah, the Briarwood Reed guy.
The Briarwood Reed guy.
Yeah,
is in Ubers?
Yes.
Huh. Well, look up Briarwood Reed, and let's just target him. By the way, the Briarwood Reed. I don't know if that's, is it Briarwood Reed? Yep. The Briarwood Reed is one of the very best trinkets in the game. You will wear it your whole career, in all likelihood, and it drops off a rare spawn in Blackrock Spire. Jed Rune Watcher. So we're going to target Jed. Nope. No Jed here.
He's right there.
What you got to do is you got to keep resetting the instance until Jed. Do not fight there. Do not fight there. You will be knocked back into the whelps. All right, he's doing this completely wrong. You want... Oh my gosh, he's going to get knocked back into the whelps. This is how not to do it. You want to keep your back to a wall. These guys will knock you back, and you'll be knocked downstairs into the whelps, and it will be a wipe. And it looks like Eli doesn't know this. He doesn't know about this. So he is a guest warrior after all. So we gotta teach him about this stuff. You kind of want to pull these first mobs around the corner. It's very important. And check our hunters out, swinging their destinies. Are those destinies?
No, it's Dark Storm Point.
All right, this is a tough battle. It looks like we've lost Ice Flows and Brutalia. Not a big deal. Normal losses. Acceptable losses. Those are numbers I can live with. But somebody's running off to get more guys. And we got a whole bunch of more guys. And so this room can be a bit fighty. And you want to, really be chill with it. Maybe pull guys down the hallway, whatever. But you can lose your DPS and continue fighting with your great healers and your tanks right up until the end. And eventually get them all. Although, having said that, go ahead and taunt off Eversmile. Do a AoE taunt. Control 3 is AoE taunt. There you go. Control 3 is your AoE taunt. Eversmile is trying to save people, but he's not going to taunt off Cupcakes. Eversmile is now dead. That's all right. Cupcakes and his dedicated healer Kashmi can kill this entire room without dying. So there's no need to worry. It was just a bad pull. Now, this is the thing that can go wrong in Ubers. Ubers has a lot of mobs that run off and call more mobs. And you have to really be careful with that. You've got to, I think this is probably a run back. So let's go ahead and stop the vid.
No, it's not.
It's not? Oh, it's not a run back. We don't need to stop the video. This guy trying to outraid me? What? What kind of guy is this trying to outraid me? You ain't gonna outraid me. Bam. I discipline him. I'm a dad. I can do that. No, Jed is not here, Eli. Quit checking for Jed. You did a target Jed already.
Jedediah.
Jedediah, more like. Jedediah.
Get that uncomfortably close.
Back him all the way the hell up. Back him the hell up. Oh man, this is awesome. Okay, now I don't know how this is gonna go. We have a hell of a lot better. Oh my gosh, here we go. I know how this is gonna go. Kinda rough. What the fuck?
Why did Punching Bear run off?
Punching Bear ran off because you're a bad tank. Control 2, Control 3, Control 3. AoE taunt. Already been used? It's got a long cooldown. It's only 10 minutes, I think. Oh, that guy's running off. I'm sure he's not up to no good. I'm sure it'll be fine. Ignore him. Kill that guy with no health. Dead DPS does nothing. That's what my first raid leader taught me. But he was teaching it about, okay, can you back up so that we can res without pulling anything? I guess we can res right here. This looks like what could be another wipe. I'm just saying. Now, I never wipe going up to Rend because I'm really careful. But you might wipe, and it's not something to panic about. Well, now we have a run back. That is unfortunate. Hey, it's more than DPS. I mean, we used it for, threat generation. So, I also recommend when you're here in Ubers to clear both of these sets of Dragonkin, because you will pull the other set. No doubt about it, you will pull them. He should be backing his hunters up with the T key right now, but he's not. He's going to let the hunters swing their Raptor Strike and Mongoose Bite. Oh, no, he's backing them up. But you know what? The hunters do good damage with Raptor Strike and Mongoose Bite. Surprisingly good damage. Especially since we spec'd our hunters pretty far up into the survival tree. Why don't you bring up one of our hunters and show them our spec real quick. We really like our spec right now, mostly because pets die. I've abandoned Beastmaster because on so many boss fights, our pets simply die in the first few seconds. And what good is a pet that dies in the first few seconds? None at all, actually. So what we did instead, can you bring one of our hunters up? Just expand him to full screen. All right, here's a good example. We only have 5 points in the Beast Mastery tree, and we go all the way up in marksmanship. We don't do Arcane Shot, of course. It's crap. And then this is what we kind of do in the survival tree. And believe it or not, Entrapment is an amazing skill. Entrapment is going to make a lot of fights for you much easier. Your Shift 4 key lays down hunter traps, and for like the imps in Molten Core, Entrapment is an absolute lifesaver. It will save lives, period. So you guys can actually kill imps while they're entrapped for 5 seconds. You can burn down those imps before they ever come to your raid, which is, lifesaver. Damn, this is good wine. I'm going to make a pitch for Blue Hour wine. It is a California Cabernet, 2014, before the fires hit Napa. So these don't taste like ashes at all, like last week's wines. And yeah, it's been a long time since we've had red wine here. Turns out Eli doesn't like it. He's got Jack Daniels in his Coke. Oh, you don't? Yeah, he does. Whenever he drinks Coke from a glass, you know there's something in it. I mean, I'm a dad. I know these things. All right, so it did take a while because we had like 3 or 4 wipes, but no, Beaststalker Bell is nothing to be excited unless it's with your first raid. Now, I'm about to take a full Alliance 40 up to, what is he doing? What is he doing? Is he jumping over the edge for Rend? Is this what we're going to do? Are we skipping a whole bunch of mobs? I don't usually do this. I usually fight through the bottom. I usually do it wrong. Oh. Okay, so this guy's showing me how to do Rend. I'm the only guy who's killed Rend twice. And yet Eli's going to show me how to do Rend. Alright, fine. Well, can I just give you one bit of advice? Point your arrows back through that doorway and kill the mobs in there. Because and also dismiss your pets. Did you dismiss your pets? He dismissed his pets. Dismiss your pets and jump down to Rend. And Rend is starting, people. We should have buffed up, but we haven't buffed up. He's really pressing the buff button fast. He's pressing it really fast. This is going to be... Actually, you know what? It doesn't really start till we walk toward the garage door. So stay away from the garage door, and the event won't start. Let's get some... let's get one... We have one Warlock. We can get a Soul Stone. Get a Soul Stone on your main tank. No, we're not doing an Infernal. But we could do an Infernal, but... Okay, so here is the key with Rend. First, kill the small whelps right away. As fast as you possibly can. Kill those chromatic whelps. Second, keep the bigger dragonkin apart. And you do that by assigning one of the dragonkin as an off tank with the F4 key. And then having your off tank stand a little far away from your main tank. Thirdly, back your hunters up to the wall near the gate. In fact, Eli should kill the dragonkin in that area because they can proxy pull when you get close to that gate. And that will ruin your day because they will run right through the gate. Just AoE those guys down. Burn them down! Burn them at steak. Steak. We don't need steak tonight because we had amazing 12-year-old lamb chops.
The 1-year-old pork chops, however, were not so good.
The 1.5-year-old pork chops tasted like... How would I characterize it? I spit it out onto my plate. They tasted like insecticide. Yeah. It tasted like insecticide. You know when you spray wasps around your house? And then the way that smells? That's how the pork tasted.
But without the feeling of the high.
I'm like, I was dipping it in a sauce I made. I'm like, this sauce is really bad. So I didn't dip. I cut off another piece, put it in my mouth. It's the same insecticide taste. And I'm like, these are going in the trash. And then, after that debacle with the pork chops, Eli breaks out the rack of lamb and says, maybe we should make this tonight. And I'm like, wait, how old is that? That's got to be 5 years old. 5 years old. Eli looked at it. It had some printing on it that said 2005. It said 05.
It said 3/17/2005.
05.
3/17/05.
05. And we're like, maybe it's a typo. We flipped it over, and there was that label I showed you of 2005. This thing was packed in 2005. So the power goes out on a periodic basis at my house. So that stuff, no doubt. Okay, so take one of those dragonkin and hit F4 on it. And go to the other dragonkin. That was not F4. You did not get anything. Are you not the raid leader? Yeah, you're raid leader. Hit F4 on that guy. And have Eversmile tank him. There you go. Eversmile will tank him, get off him, and move the other one apart. Yeah, you just want to keep them separated. Got to keep them separate. And micro Eversmile over to his guy. He'll taunt him. And that's what you got to do. Now, Eli's never done this fight. This fight is very tricky. You got to kill those whelps. Those chromatic whelps have got to be the first to die. The other guys just get tanked. There is... And then drink. See who can drink. Can anybody drink? Oh, the battle's not over yet. Hello. What's going on? Is the battle over? The battle's over. All right. Anybody who can drink should drink. Move Eversmile, micro Eversmile back to your guys. All right. There you go. They appear. The next wave appears right in the middle of your people. So make sure Eversmile has his F4. There you go. Now Eversmile's tanking his guy. And you're tanking. See the AoE, the flame buffet AoE that they're casting? As long as you keep those guys apart, you're good. But the chromatic whelps are in the back. You got to be killing those chromatic whelps. Eli's doing this all wrong. Those chromatic whelps are the #1 target. Everybody has to be focused on those chromatic whelps, not on the dragonkin. Those guys die last. The chromatic whelps have very, very little hit points. And you got to run fast because the other wave will spawn no matter what. As soon as this guy... Now, somebody might be drinking. Somebody might be drinking. Everybody's in combat. Nobody's drinking this time. Go back to your crowd, because the next guys don't spawn at the garage. They spawn in the middle of your crowd. Get Eversmile up there, and be sure to assign Eversmile to a target. Now, get him. No, the raid leader assigns, not Eversmile assigns. Kill the chromatic whelps. We're doing all right. We're not killing whelps fast enough, but we're doing all right. All whelps must die first, and the hunters have to back up further. Hunters got to back up further. The hunters got to be on the bow all the time. And these guys can never be next to your healers. You must pull these guys away from your healers because they do an AoE. Maybe get a cheap drink in. Nobody got a cheap drink in. Nobody got a cheap drink in. That's all right. That's all right. They've got mana. They've got mana stream down. It's fine. They don't actually have mana stream down. Mana stream would be really good in here. Okay. So now we're going to assign a dragon spawn to Eversmile. There you go. Have Eversmile go get him. Eversmile taunted him. And now Eversmile is going to move him away from the crowd. And you're going to move you're going to always focus on whelps until they're dead. But you're going to try to move your dragonkin away from the crowd too.
I got to have lead, not a dragonkin.
Whatever. One of the big guys. And don't ever have two tanks in on a dragonkin, because if he does his AoE, you're just double healing for no reason. Warrior tanks don't do any DPS. All right. So now get really ready and be ready on that F4 key to assign your target. And then switch to the chromatics. This is why you use hunters. Okay. Eversmile has his. Eversmile is going to back up with some microwing. It's going to back up. Yep. And you're going to back you're going to try to back your guy up, but they're going to kill whelps first. It's fine. Try to back that elite up. The elite's not going to be a problem.
He doesn't even do anything.
And you really want to be using the 3 key this whole battle. The 3 key uses multi-shot, uses Blade Flurry if you have rogues, and it uses Whirlwind if you have warriors. Whirlwind and Cleave. And you really want to be whirlwinding and cleaving. And there you go. This is the good time to just slow DPS and allow any of your priests who have DPS recovery, who have mana recovery, to recover.
At least got my hunters drinking.
The hunters are drinking. And now we're at Gith. If you get to Gith in Ubers, you have won. It doesn't matter if you die on Gith. You have won. Because if you do die on Gith, which we won't right now, if you do die on Gith, you can run back and you'll be on Gith again, or you'll be on Rend. And you will not have to go through those waves again. So this is a win. This is the 3rd time we've been through Ubers. I don't normally do Ubers because it's hard. This is the 3rd time we've been through Ubers, and we've been through it with a guest driver of 5-minute multiboxing. And here's Rend, and once you get to Rend, it's over. I mean, it is absolute. Gith can actually kill you. Gith can wipe your raid. Gith actually has some AoE. He's got some powerful attacks. Rend cannot wipe your raid. All right. If you get to Rend, you're done. And I say that, and Eversmile dies.
And he is literally wiping our raid.
And he's wiping the raid. Use the Soul Stone. Go ahead and get all healed up. Just back up. I don't know. How's he doing so much damage? All right, so if you get to Rend, it's fine. Run back. You've won. You can fight Rend. You can drink. You can buff up. You can fight Rend, and you get through Rend.
Rapid fire of it.
Oh man, I forgot how good wine was. It's been a long time for me. Man, you are missing out, Eli. Oh my gosh.
Oh, but here's a little bonus for you. If you wipe, you have to clear all these ads.
Oh, really? That sucks.
Actually, you don't. If this was clear.
It wasn't clear. I normally go through there, but clear the ads. It's only 2 ads. Oh my gosh, this is way more than 2 ads. What are you doing? Oh my gosh, he's going to wipe again. Oh geez. Oh bad. Oh my gosh. Oh my golly. They're going to run off. They're going to call their friends. They're going to call their friends and they're going to put up flyers and they're going to be like, "Oh yeah, dude, we got some heroes in our dungeon." All right. Well, they didn't call any friends. They didn't put up any flyers, and we're good.
They tried a Craigslist ad.
They tried the Craigslist ad, but it was like, no, wrong area, bro. I was gonna be at the Best Buy, but you weren't there. Boom, boom. That's why I say just go through there to start off Rend. That way you can just walk right back in if you do wipe. I'm really surprised we wiped. I thought we had that down. I thought I'm gonna theorize that it's something Eli did that caused us to wipe because I'm sure I would not have wiped there.
Never getting a break.
Yeah, you don't get a break. Duh. I did it. I've done Rend twice with much less gear than this. And forget about it. We didn't even have Cashme when I did Rend my 2 times. Cashme is a fully tiered out priest.
What's going on? Why am I getting bounced around like?
Oh, this looks bad. I think Control 3 might be in order here. Control 3 is the AoE taunt. Gets everybody on the warriors and for 10 seconds, I think. And usually saves your raid. When you lay down the AoE taunt, it's usually, you know, you're a hero. You're a white knight. It happened. Dead DPS does nothing. You've got some near dead DPS there. The hunters were not backed up. That's fine. Hunters doing their mongoose strike and raptor bite, or vice versa. Maybe Eversmall should like taunt off. Eversmall's way up on the top of the stairs. That was a big pull, and you know what? When you go through Molten Core a couple of times, you get your 8-piece bonus for T1. You can do those big pulls, and I apologize. I'm kind of cheesing this because I've got 2 T1 warriors, and T1 is not bad, guys. Guys, really, T1 is not bad. It's Molten Core mostly gives you crappy gear. All right, you can buy your Molten Core gear as donation warrior, but honestly, it's pretty much crappy. In ZG, it's pretty good. All right, in ZG, it's good. It's fine. But in Molten Core, it's not that great.
Stuck in combat.
Yeah, you're stuck in combat. Hit Alt O. Hit Control Alt O and relog in. You'll be out of combat. So if you do get the stuck in combat bug, simply log out, log back in, and you will be back in business. All right, here we go. We are out of combat. We can drink. We can juice up. We can go kill Rend, which is a laughable fight. A laughable fight when you start like this. Just do not bring a whole bunch of people into his whirlwind. Boom. Done.
The rest of group 1.
Because I have groups turned off. Hit the O button and bring their groups out. Just bring the groups out. Yeah, it's just like that. You don't like that view? It's really helpful. In fact, when I learn how to do that with the API, I will put that out automatically.
I want X-Pearl frames on our guy.
X-Pearl, come on, man. It just makes things more complicated.
Throwback.
It's a That's why you want it, because it's a throwback. We don't want throwbacks. We want new stuff. Remember, Blizzard is coming back with Vanilla WoW.
They better support X-Pearl. That's all I'm saying.
And I'm expecting them to support the full API. They will get rid of it?
I'm almost guaranteed.
My life is over if they do. Then I'm staying on private servers. So, screw you. Do not bring everybody next to Rend. Yeah, that would be a bad thing.
Get off ever smaller.
There we go. There we go. All safe now. Rend dies. I still don't know how we lost to Rend. I've never lost to Rend. I've lost to Gith because we were tired out.
Wait, how far does this fucking whirlwind? That was like at least 15 yards.
All right. He thinks that's the bad part. The bad part's coming up. The next two rooms are unbelievably tedious. Yeah, this is...
Battleborn plate?
No, this is all crap. Just leave it here. Don't even pick it up.
For a druid. That's
For a druid that's not here, that would definitely not be crap. Druids with frost resistance, that would be interesting.
33 plus healing.
Yeah, I know, 33 plus healing, but you know what? In ZG you get 55 healing. Of course, there's no stats on it.
No, there's stats on that.
No, there's not. On the turban, there's no stats. It's 55 healing, no stats.
We got a lot.
Are we in combat? Combat? We're good, man. Rend is dead again. Again! Now we just have to kill the general. And if we can kill the general without kiting, I'm going to be really proud of us. I'm going to be really proud of us. And by the way, we're making this video not for no reason at all. We're making this video because Cashme and Cupcakes do not have the attunement to Blackwing Lair, which we're going to go into. And actually, they don't even have the quest for the attunement, so we're going to have to run them out of the dungeon, go get the quest, and then run back in and, get the quest. But it's not going to be that big a deal. We'll have to clear some respawns out, but it's not going to be that big a dealio. Because we've been working fairly fast.
2 hours.
And these next rooms are going to go just fine. They're tedious, right? Don't get me wrong, they're tedious. And you can easily wipe in them. But if you just pull what you can handle, you'll be fine. Why did you reset again? Oh, you didn't reset. You simply had to log in again. What? What?
Are you making mammoth meat?
What? You what? You didn't even have any of our mammoth meat.
Yeah, because I'm smart.
What are you making? I bet it's carby, whatever it is.
Hot wings.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Were they still in there?
I didn't realize we had hot wings.
Oh my gosh.
Yo!
Mammoth meat was-
Give me a high five! Give me a high five! Bam! That's my smart daughter. Making some keto. And then this is what's happening here. So he went in carefully, pulling only what he could handle, plus 4 more. And we're going to be fine, really. I'm sure we'll be fine.
No, that actually went well.
That actually did go pretty well. I joke, but that went well. Stop looting! Stop looting! We don't need the loot. Just move along. Drink. F5 is the drink button in 5-minute multiboxing. Go ahead and
Stuck in combat.
download 5-minute
Awesome.
multiboxing.
I
And
hate this dungeon.
we're stuck in combat. That's fine. Maybe these guys will get us out of combat. You never know what's going to get you out of combat. Can you make Eversmile attack something else? No? Eversmile's going to act like he's not contributing? Alright, fine. By the way, when you're hitting the 3 button, the other tanks will not automatically... Your tank will not automatically search for other targets. The off tanks will, but your tank will not. Your tank will stay on whatever target you're on. Now, if you hold the Alt key down while you're hitting 3, your tank will search for whatever target's not on a tank and switch to it. All right? Off tanks will always be searching for things that aren't on tanks, but you won't. Your main tank will not in 5-minute multiboxing. The 3 button is use cleave, use whirlwind, do multiple targets, but only when you hold the alt button down and press 3 will it search around to see if there's a target not on a tank. That's to prevent you from switching targets constantly. However, off tanks will constantly try to find targets that are attacking some of your softies. And so you definitely want to, have off tanks. Is that my point? I think that's my point. What's an off tank? An off tank is anybody you put in the tank list who is not currently the raid focus. At the top 4 lines of smextend.lua in 5-minute multiboxing is a tank list. You want your tanks in there. Are you still in combat? Somebody's not in combat?
Yeah, only these 3 are in combat.
Well, make them drink. That's good enough.
Yeah, but it's none of my healers.
Oh dear, your healers are awesome. They generate mana during battle, whatever. Who cares? Pull small, and we'll be okay. Okay, so speaking of pulling small, this is a really hard room to pull small in. You really have to be careful about which. Eli's doing it perfectly. That is the pack you want to pull first. And it's almost like he has some experience here. I'm not sure he does, but that is the pack that's important. Now, those hunters are getting beat on. Eli could hit shift 1 to make the hunters feign death, and then that guy would run back, or he could go back and get him. It's fine. Either way, but the DPS is now turned around, and they're not going to be... The warlocks and the mages are not going to be shooting at these guys as long as they are in back of the warlocks and the mages. That was a really good pull. That was a really good pull. And really, this room, I can't stress it enough. Be careful. Be careful. Pull the guys on the left, then the guys on the right, and only after that go to the guys in the middle. And watch out for that guy, because that guy will pull extra guys. You need to know when to taunt him. And we're going to get 2 packs now because of that guy. So this is going to be a challenge. It's a good thing we've got full might gear on 2 tanks, because this is rough right here. You should probably hold the Alt key down to check if there's anybody not on you. See, if you hold the Alt key down for a moment, it'll find a mob that's not on a tank. And it should find those mobs on Olympic. Yeah, it did. 5-minute multiboxing is all you need to do everything up to Major Domo in Molten Core, to do many bosses in AQ20, to do the mobs in AQ40, and what else? What am I leaving out? Silithus bosses, the bosses in Silithus, and of course, any 5 or 10-man dungeon. Whoa, we got Eviscerate 9!
Wow.
Damn, I did not know that dropped here.
I've only seen that.
I've only seen pictures of that picture. Let's sell that for about 1 million gold, because I think we have all our Eviscerates. Found somebody to pick it up. Brutalia picked it up. Now you can bring everybody down into the room, because that room is mainly clear. Well, those guys on the right are kind of problematic. I'd pull those guys. Are you still in combat all the time? We're not going to do it, but you could simply log out here, relog, and you won't be in combat anymore. We've got a lot of good gear, so we actually don't need to do that. We're not going to do it. We'll just rely on mono regen and Hunter DPS to basically save the day. I mean, after you've run Molten Core many times, and you've run ZG many times, and you've done the Dire Maul Trinket Quest, which we have not done, you're okay to run 5 mans and 10 mans with no mana left. 0 mana left. Just pull. Just pull. If you have hunters, you don't need mana. If you have rogues, you don't need mana. Just pull. So here you do have to pull all these mobs at some point. So you pull the ones on the left first, then the ones on the right. I love my son. He listens to me. He's compliant. What a good kid. Oh, we've got some action in the back rows. Well, Eli taunted very fast there and picked up the action in the back rows. Look at Kashmi, all the way back to near half full. What's up? How is Kashmi getting so much mana back in combat? I'm not even dropping mana stream totems. Black Dragon Scale. Dude. Oh, we got some Black Dragon Scale. Eli really likes that Dragon Scale armor of all colors. He thinks it's really cool in Vanilla WoW. He always has liked it. I don't get it. I'm not really a trade skill guy. So, I mean, I don't fault anybody for being that way. But, yeah. Learn your Dragon Scale armor, and you can get some good stuff going there. I think the Dragon Scale armor is an attack power set, which really can do well for you in early days. Am I wrong about that, Eli?
It's mostly attack power.
It's mostly attack power? All right. This has been a really good run, really fun. There's been some wipes. I'm glad you all guys all stuck with me. I may even edit those wipes out as if they didn't happen. No, I won't edit them as if they didn't happen. I'm going to tell you when I wipe. But we're getting this done, and we're about to hit up the general. And I'm going to have to add a little code while you watch to make the general to make the Dragonkin on the side of the general be crowd controllable by druids. Oh, do we not have any druids? Okay, that's right. That's right. We're going to have the general off tanked by Eversmile while we smoke those Dragonkin. Made myself cough. No more room? What? All those beautiful recipes for radiant armor or whatever that trash is. You don't want to give up on those, do ya? So like I said, we're not doing the beast tonight. We're going right to the general because mainly we just want to get our attunement. And I'm not going to force you guys to watch us getting our attunement after we kill the general, but we will show you how to kill the general without a kiter. Because, I mean, honestly, why would Blizzard make a fight require a kiter? Yes, kiters make it easier, but the fight must be doable without a kiter, especially if you have two Molten Core full T1 tanks. Give me a break. We better be able to do this. If we're not able to do this, I'm going to be really disappointed in my raid leader, Eli. I'm gonna call it for him. Look at this. Look at this. This is a lot of stuff. Oh, I see Force of Will procking. That's right. I saw Force of Will procking. I don't see that other thing procking. I'm still not convinced that it works. Hand of Justice. Is anybody on Vanilla Gaming sure that Hand of Justice works? Because I'm not so now. Look at Eversmile taking care of business. No, he's actually not. Shamaquatro was getting hammered there for a second. Eversmile is taking care of business, though. He's a good guy. Eversmile's awesome. On our subreddit, come to our subreddit. It's r/vanilla multiboxing. I am going to list in the wiki area all of the tunes that we use on Vanilla Gaming that you should message if you want to get through to us. All right, just a few more pulls. Oh, man, I'm getting a little nervous. A few more pulls to the general. And this is serious business, people. We, by the way, are still in combat. And I'm not even going to have Eli get out of combat by logging out and logging in. We're going all the way on this. We're gonna kill the general in combat. I don't care. I do what I want. He could be specifying an off-tank target here with F4, but he's not going to do it because he don't care. He do what he want. He could shift 1 to make those hunters feign death, but he's not doing it because he do what he want. He do what he want. Look at this. These mobs are nothing to Tier 1 gear. Tier 1 gear says, what? We're Tier 1 gear. We're not tier 0.5. By the way, if you've ever gotten your tier 0.5 gear, congrats. But why? It's so terrible. The Dungeon 1 gear is great, right? I'm saying the Dungeon 1 gear is great. It's easy to get. It's just as good as T.5. But T.5 takes about 1 million man-hours to get, and it's no better than the Dungeon tier gear, in my opinion. I mean, it may be better by decimal points, but why would you spend all that time to get gear that's better by decimal points? It does. Eli's telling me it has secondary stats. That's the only difference. But really, secondary stats, is that what's going to make you do those epic world hopping quests? And might I add, if you really want to complete your set, you have to do the 45-minute strat, which is hell on earth. Literally hell on earth. And take it from a guy who's done strat until 40 of his characters were honored. Because that's what you need to do to go to Nax. I have a full 40-man Nax group. And believe me, I am not in any way interested except to make it one video of a 45-minute strat run. I will make one video of a 45-minute strat run, then never do it again. Dude, Eli is doing just a great job with these big Dragonkin pulls. And it's not like everybody has great gear here. Everybody has good gear here. I mean, everybody has pretty good gear. But not great. I mean, not great. I don't see a set of Giant Stalker shoulders among them. And believe me, if I had my Giant Stalker shoulders, they would be here. But they just don't drop. They don't drop. I want my Giant Stalker shoulders, damn it. And you know, the funny thing is, Giant Stalker is all about making your pet better, and I've gone completely against pets. I have no Beastmaster rogues. I have no Beastmaster rogues anymore. Most people don't use Beastmaster rogues. I use less Beastmaster rogues than anyone. Oh, we forgot about these guys. This guy. Let's get this guy. Hit F4 on one of these guys. Make them off tank. GD it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Make Eversmile do his job. Yeah. Yeah. Dude hit alt a little bit and found people who weren't on a tank. That's awesome. And you know, when mobs get onto your hunters, guys, do not try to make your warriors pull them off. Just hit shift 1, make your hunters feign death, make it easier on your warriors to pick them up, and hit the 3 key if you're fighting more than one mob. Look at those hunters back there, just absolutely bombing the front row. I love field artillery, and hunters are the best field artillery in all of WoW. I just love them. Look at those pets. Look at those pets. What's different about the hunter pets? They're dead. Pets are always dead in vanilla WoW. Why are you a Beastmaster? Your pet is always dead. Don't be a Beastmaster. Unless it's for PvP. Nobody hits pets in PvP. So in PvP, Beastmaster is just unassailable. It's brilliant. But in PvE, Beastmaster is terrible in vanilla WoW. Terrible. You spend most of your talent points on making your pet better, and your pet dies in 3 seconds. So stop it. Don't be Beastmaster in vanilla WoW anymore. If you disagree with me, please feel free to comment on this video and tell me why. I will give you 10 gold on vanilla gaming. By the way, somebody won 1,000 gold on one of my last videos because I asked where a reference I was making came from, and they indeed said the movie Idiocracy. They won 1,000 gold for that. Now, I'm not giving you 1,000 gold tonight, but if I think of something, maybe you can win 1,000 gold on vanilla gaming. If you message me first on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. Okay, I gotta write some code because... Alright, so what I did, I'm a tricky little guy. I switched in 2 druids into my raid. Alright, so you should have 2 druids to do this without a hunter kiting. Of course you can do it with a hunter kiting, but why bother when you have 2 druids? And you simply assign those 2 druids. Soon as the mage gives them some water. Mage, give them water. Mage, why aren't you giving them water? What's going on, Mage? You're supposed to give them 9 water. Mage, sucker, give them 9 water. Are you full? Oh. But still, you're not completely full. Should be able to give them 9 water. Okay, gave that guy water. Alright, anyways, what I was saying is I'm going to hit F1 on that one. Punching Bear is going to target that one. Bear is going to target that one. And you know what? We're actually going to move Punching Bear in range of his guy. Because you know what? On this one, we're going to sheep pull. I don't do it very often. It's kind of rare. But sometimes sheep pulling is the right thing to do. And we are going to assign the off tank to Eversmile on General. So Eversmile just goes after General and goes after him and goes after him. And then Cupcake's going to be in reserve. He's going to make everybody target the General, but Cupcake's going to be in reserve. And we're going to spread all these guys out. You want to spread everybody out on this fight because they drop a Flame Strike, and there's no reason to be hit by Flame Strike by more than one guy. So we are going to do that. These guys are already assigned. This guy is a DPS, so he's going to be over here facing this way. And Brutalia is DPS. So he's going to kind of be in the middle facing that way. And Ice Flows is DPS. He's over here. Hunters. Okay, my hunters are good. So here we are. We're ready to pull. Actually, Cupcake's going to be targeting General Drac, but the real action is going to be on Eversmile positioning General Drac in a way that when General Drac conflagrates, everything's going to be okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put some... Yeah. And then we're going to sleep. And then Eversmile is going to start taunting. We got a Flame Strike right there. And we're going to burst. And there's our Flame Strike. And there's our Conflag. We're going to bring him back out here. And we're going to really watch these druids because they'd only last for 40 seconds. And we're going to get away from the conflag on Eversmile. At about 40 seconds, we got to start actually holding Alt down so that the druids sheep them again. And look at that, the druids sheeped them again. I held Alt down. The druid did their jobs. Somebody's shooting them though. That's not good. So we're going to try and make the druid sheep them somehow. But we really got to kill the general in the first place. So let's just kill the general. The other guys are going to try and kite these guys around. Is the general dead? The general's not quite dead yet. Let's make him dead. And we're going to have Eversmile just taunt everybody. General's dead now. So we win. But let's just see if we can survive. Look at that. One of the my druids are still trying to sheep one of these guys. So druids are still being good boys, trying to sheep them. And there you go. That is how you do the general with no kiter, multi-boxing, boom. Keep your loot. Get your quest done. Shut up. I know. Oh, look, everything that dropped. Painweaver Band, Draconian Deplector, Breastplate of Valor. Look at that. What a bunch of good stuff that dropped.
I'm so glad that we spent all that time to get this great loot.
This is great loot. This is great loot. You know what? For you know, a retarded raid, this would be amazing loot. So let's res and hey, thanks for joining me. That's how you do Ubers without kiting.